With everyone nostalgic for 2016, I thought it would be fun to ignore that and look back at 2017. SpongeBob Chicken was in office, Snapchat Hot Dog was fighting the allegations, and all the biggest YouTubers were flinging diss tracks at each other, like monkeys throwing poo in a zoo. Some people say this was the golden age of YouTube. These people are insane. But I'd like to take a look back at this era, if only because some of it was pretty funny. This story will be told across 5 different sagas. But first, we need to set the scene and introduce our first protagonist.
Oh, butter up and give it to me raw! Huh?
Jake Paul was a Viner and a Disney-er, and in 2017, he was getting big as a YouTuber.
No, I'm honestly, yeah, it's terrible. It's a bad situation. No, I feel bad for them, for sure. There's nothing we could do though. The Jake Paulers are the strongest army out there, dab.
But then, the day of reckoning. May 30th, 2017, we were blessed and gifted with a song by him and his crew, Team 10.
It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow. 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months, never done before.
There are plenty of moments to make fun of. Disney Channel flow, England is my city, ain't talking book, but we've had almost a decade to make fun of them, so let's be analytical and rational with our thought.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state when nearly 14 million years ago.
I think this song does prove one thing. There's really no such thing as bad attention. For one thing, Jake Paul certainly was not slowed down by all the shit he got for the song. Look at him performing for this big crowd of children. Some of them are old enough now to be part of our workforce. But also consider the broader ecosystem of YouTube, the reaction fodder that Everyday Bro and Jake Paul became. Many of the internet's favorite white boys today got traction on YouTube by trashing Jake. It's Everyday Bro did kick off the overall trend of YouTubers becoming rappers, but it was not the first full-on YouTuber diss track. A title that's all caps, in italicized Helvetica, and full-on is green. That song came out 2 days later. Jake Paul, now infused with the spirits of Hemingway, Tupac, and a dead raccoon, pulled out his quill and took aim at his own brother.
My older brother, Logan Paul, probably never heard of him. He basically,
Dissed, if you could even call us that, in his YouTube video?
He dissed, It's Everyday Bro, the song, badly.
The song was simple. Low gang sucks.
Numbers don't lie, the Logan is shit.
Oh, Jake, why you gotta go after the fans? 2 days later, Logan came back with his own track.
If there's one thing you should know, you don't with the Logan!
And his song had a secret verse with Jake's ex-girlfriend, Alyssa Violet. This feud embroiled the YouTube community. Families had to decide which Paul they should side with, Jake
I have one question for you. Yeah?
What are those?
or Logan. But before any blood could spill, the Pauls came together and made up with the songs I Love You Bro,
Love you, big bro. I love you, big bro.
and The Rise of the Pauls.
The grind never stops.
What the actual is this garbage?
I had never watched Keemstar before this. I, a newly minted 31-year-old man, watched Keemstar for the first time for this video. I do all of this for you. I just want you to know that. This period of the Pauls dissing each other and then reconciling was 11 days. Actual wars have been waged and concluded in less time. Back then, I was such an innocent boy. Like, I didn't even realize what sex is at the time. I didn't know what contracts were. And once the dust settled, we were left with some f***ing garbage songs. The Pauls would continue to release music like this, classics like My Teachers,
How to get a DM back, how to buy a Lambo cash. My teachers never taught me that.
and All I Want for Christmas.
Buy that merch, buy that merch.
But I will offer one more addendum to the Pauls saga. Skipping ahead a bit to late 2017, Logan would release a song called Handlebars. It interpolated the song of the same name by Flowbots. Their song was about how humans have such immense capacity to create or destroy. Logan's song is about how he can have sex with a woman. In response, Flowbots made their own diss track about Logan. It's kind of wild to see the difference between Logan and, forgive me if this is a bit too harsh, an actual musician.
You can't handle bars, so you mangle art till you split the spokes. Now they're sticking out like Pinocchio's nose that glows and twist around hokey flows. You keep pissing out.
But the Pauls weren't the only ones creating drama. Right in the middle of the Pauls feud, a new challenger entered the ring.
All your fans are 10, they don't know what they are doing.
Let's take it back a second to It's Everyday Bro. Now remember when I said that this wasn't the first full-on YouTuber diss track and the title was all caps in italicized Helvetica and full-on was green? Well, full-on is an important distinction there. And it's green for an amazing reason. There is a part of Everyday Bro that is a diss.
Yeah, I'm talking about you begging for attention, talking shit on Twitter too.
That section was aimed at Alyssa Violet. Alyssa had been dating Jake, they broke up, Alyssa moved out, and linked up with another YouTuber, Ricegum. Ricegum was best known at this time for a series where he made fun of children.
I mean, is she actually like 13? Because I mean, she's low-key, like she can...
After connecting with Alyssa Violet following It's Everyday Bro, he decided to help Alyssa get her revenge.
Me and Jake have no problems. I'm cool with him. I like Jake. But honestly, I think I just like views a lot more. So
their revenge was made public on June 9th, 2017. It's Everynight Sis. This is so small in the grand scheme of things, but what a stupid ass song name. You inverted day and bro. Big whoop. The song is bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's simply not good. Rice raps like he's battling congestion, Alyssa raps like she has to yell everything, the auto-tune section is garbage, the beat is bland, there is no reason to like this song, outside of having a parasocial connection to the people who made it. But boy did people have a parasocial connection. It's Everynight Sis even went on to chart on the Hot 100, and like the song it responded to, it went platinum in the US.
Rap game f***ed up. Boy.
This era was such a weird convergence of YouTube culture and where the mainstream would go. Like, what do you mean Post Malone is reacting to It's Everyday Bro? What do you mean Ricegum is dissing Madison Beer? What drove these YouTubers to make diss tracks? Money. Money. Just straight up money. Views too, but because they brought in money. None of these people were doing this for the art. Not just money from ad revenue. If you listen to these diss tracks for long enough, you will undoubtedly hear a call out for merch.
And I just dropped some new merch, and it's selling like a god church.
Feel like you just need a Maverick shirt. It's Everyday Bro. Always plug. Or thinking bye.
Merch plugs were huge at this time from these folks. Here's a fun game. Go watch any Jake Paul or Logan Paul video from 2017 and take a shot every time they mention their merch. You will pass out before you finish even one video. These diss tracks were made not just to make money on their own, but to promote the brand, to get people saying their name. Again, no such thing as bad attention. The Sidemen is a collective of internet personalities, the Team 10 of the UK. England truly was their city. But in August 2017, KSI, one of their members, left. However, KSI also teased music in his announcement, and based on the clip,
talking about them tits, go and feed them babies with your titty milk.
Now this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
The diss tracks soon followed. Bazinga made one called Drama, W2S then hit back with KSI Sucks. Some have said this is the best diss track to come from this whole era. I mean, sure, it may be the shiniest trinket in a sea of garbage, but it's still garbage. You're not gonna see people nowadays be like,
What song are you listening to?
KSI Sucks by W2S. Deji, who wasn't in the Sidemen, got into beef on Twitter and then made a diss track about all the Sidemen. KSI came back at the gang with a track featuring Ricegum. Why is this 100 times better than Thick of It? Why is Dog Vomit 100 times better than a venereal disease? Listening to all these songs, I'm struck by how unoriginal they all are. They boil down to calling another guy fat, poor, or bad at sex. And I need to make this clear right now. None of these songs are good. I mean, none of the diss tracks from this era, regardless of who made them, are good. They all suck. Even the one that Quadeca did. And that's not shade to Quadeca. The music he makes now is good. I'm just glad he did not continue making YouTuber diss tracks. Like the Pauls beef, the Great Sidemen War of 2017 was rather short-lived. Started in August, ended in September. A lot of people think that most of this beef was fabricated for views. I don't know that for sure.
I only made that one to get more views. I was pretty much done at that point. I just saw another 3 mil.
Except I absolutely know that for sure. And look, I said before how these diss tracks were made for the views, but we as an audience are culpable. Folks these days talk about the roles of musician and merging together as one, and I think that began in this era. These diss tracks had an advantage over what some might call good songs. They often wove in references and deep lore that you'd only know if you kept up with these creators. For all we can say about the quality of these songs, they did work for the intended audience. They got folks to buy merch, go to shows, sign up for influencer courses. Once again, no such thing as bad attention.
All right, so this is sent from the Substance Abuse Mental Health Service Administration.
iDubbbz was another YouTuber at this time, most famous for his series and for just saying the N-word a bunch. This is what YouTube was like back then. One of his videos where he went after Taineman Joe boiled down to the thesis, he should be allowed to say the N-word freely.
Every other slur, that can be used in a comedic sense or an editorial sense, but not this one. Because that one has history. Either all of them are okay, or none of them are okay.
None of them are okay. Why was this a debate we had? Anyway, one of his episodes was on Ricegum, and to close it out, iDubbbz dropped his own diss track, Asian Jake Paul. As a youngin', I liked this song solely because I preferred the people who made it over Ricegum. See, even I am not immune to parasocial relationships. However, I've been meaning to talk about this song for a very long time because, like the rest of the diss tracks, it sucks, but it sucks for a very particular reason. And forgive me, but I am gonna have to bust out a little bit of music theory to explain this. So the beat for Asian Jake Paul is in a compound meter, meaning that the beat is subdivided into groups of 3. It sounds like ba-ba-da, 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 ba. I wanna be gay, cause you're and I want to savor it. iDubbbz's rapping at the start is also in a compound meter, which is kind of a no-duh thing to say. When you listen to a song, the melody and the beat will be in the same meter. But then, Boy in a Band comes in.
You've been pretending ever since your little rice balls descended.
He starts rapping in a simple meter, meaning the beat is subdivided into groups of 2.
Like kids think you did it all when you weren't capable of making up playground insults.
Now that's fine, except the beat does not change to accommodate this. Boy in a Band and iDubbbz start rapping in a completely different meter from the beat. It's not even polyrhythmic. It sounds like they recorded verses for a totally different song and then just layered them on top of this beat. Maybe that's cool to some music theory nerds out there, but I'm sorry, it doesn't sound good. I know Boy in a Band was never taught what laws there are, but I'd hope he would know a few rules of music theory. All that was a very technical way to say, Asian Jake Paul sucks. Ricegum did respond with his own diss track towards iDubbbz, and it also sucks, so there's that. But I think AJP specifically resonated because of how annoyed folks were by the diss tracks and the YouTubers getting big off of them. It felt like there were 2 YouTubes fighting to stay on top. The homegrown, unpolished side of early YouTube and the newer, more commercial side of modern YouTube. I remember that frustration vividly. The Pauls were despised by many for a lot of reasons, but a big one was how YouTube itself promoted them so often.
When I was getting started on YouTube, YouTube handpicked who the creators were. Remember, they put them on billboards and stuff? And it felt then that YouTube really wanted to take a role in defining what it meant to be a creator. And then PewDiePie the whole thing.
That's so lit!
And so now we arrive at the final diss track battle of this era, featuring 2 of YouTube's biggest players. PewDiePie is one of the godfathers of YouTube. He had been around basically since the site's very inception. However, in the late 2010s, bro had the worst optics. Like, remember the Death to All Jews sign? Remember the Nazi outfit? Remember what a funky nugget. Even with all that, he was the most subscribed to channel on YouTube. But in late 2018, his throne was threatened by the Indian record label T-Series. Pewds was not about to take this lying down. He came back with the song Bitch Lasagna.
Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch. Lasagna.
This song is garbage, and low-key racist, and also high-key racist. T-Series themselves never responded, but we did get a diss track towards Pewds by the Canadian Indian YouTuber Just Rain.
T-Series about to take the #1 spot. Wow, look at us, we about to go to the top.
This song also sucks, but at least it's not racist. I should mention, this was all happening against the backdrop of the larger Subscribe to PewDiePie campaign, the YouTube community banding together to help a wholesome and positive member.
I bought a bunch of billboards.
Dude, we got the double billboard. We don't mess around.
To try and stop T-Series from passing PewDiePie in subscribers.
I guess there's one lasting impact of this whole saga. We might never have gotten Mr. Beast. Sadly, this battle ended not with epic disses, but with actual death. In March 2019, a mass shooter live streamed himself saying subscribe to PewDiePie right before shooting up 2 mosques. I should stress that PewDiePie did not call for this specifically to happen. Once news broke, Pewds came out and was like, okay, yeah, we're putting an end to this meme right now.
This was all made to be fun, but it's clearly not fun anymore. It's clearly gone too far.
The same month as the shooting, T-Series became the most subscribed to channel on YouTube. But Pewds took the loss in stride and even made a song congratulating T-Series.
I'm sure right now there's nothing that you're doing that's illegal.
Except it was also a thinly veiled diss track.
I'll take on all the world for you. I'm a heavy hitter. About to cause a genocide so you can call me.
Basically, everyone f***ing sucks.
After Pewds and T-Series buried the hatchet, diss tracks basically ended on YouTube. So where's everyone now? PewDiePie is effectively off the internet, living with his family in Japan. Boy in a Band is gone too. Ricegum is also basically off the internet, though the last time I saw him, he performed It's Everynight Sis, a song he did not remember the lyrics to, for Aiden Ross's birthday party.
Dang it, I paid!
This feels like a metaphor for something. iDubbbz is still on the internet, though it doesn't seem like people really like him as much these days. I guess KSI is doing okay. He's had a bunch of business ventures, plus he's released more music, like everyone's favorite song, Thick of It.
From the screen to the ring to the bang to the
The Sidemen as a group seem to be doing well too. They just sold out Wembley for a charity game. The Pauls also continue to exist. They certainly were the winners if the metrics are money and fame. One more time, no such thing as bad attention. Both have started businesses. Logan is in the WWE. Jake is a boxer. Speaking of which, I think one reason diss tracks stopped was because people preferred to watch YouTubers actually fight. It's worth noting that there was one little extra round of diss tracks in 2018 between the Pauls, KSI, and Deji in the lead up to a boxing event. Of course, drama certainly did not stop on YouTube. Just look at all the 2, 3, 4 hour long documentaries on random internet personalities. What happened to Mr. You know? Is there any grand takeaway from any of this? I honestly don't know. Maybe, to quote J.K. Simmons from Burn After Reading,
I guess we learned not to do it again.
even though these songs are all terrible, they do prove that watching drama is fun. And that's a common thing throughout music history. Think of the Beatles. Think of the songs that McCartney and Lennon wrote about each other after the band broke up. They're basically the same as the Paul brothers. And I can't blame the blokes. The late 60s took a huge toll on the band's relationship. In fact, I learned all about that while watching the first episode of Mark But Evil's Beatles series, available exclusively on Nebula. Nebula is a creator-owned streaming service. All my videos are on there without ads or sponsors, plus a whole bunch of videos that aren't on YouTube. Loads of other creators you probably watch are on there too. But on top of that, there's a growing catalog of exclusive originals. We're talking projects that go above and beyond to deliver quality entertainment. It's really a prestige, curated service, one where we don't have to resort to diss track beef in order to survive. Instead, I can resort to diss track beef because I want to. Look out, Adam Neely. With the link in the description, you can get 50% off an annual subscription to Nebula. That's $30 a year or just $2.50 a month. Or you can even get a discounted lifetime membership and have this treasure trove for life. Click the link in the description to take advantage of these great offers. And remember, it's every day, bro, with that Nebula flow.